belongs to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Wahar Rakak Padash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahawah, and his son's name is Yahawashi, in who I reverence and honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, right? And to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. Without further ado, we're just going to flow with the Spirit, and Lord willing, this to be edifying, right? And yes, I want to go into this topic because the people need to know. So there's just a few articles I want to read. I've been over them before, but I definitely want to touch upon this article to enlighten the people of what's really going on within society, right? So I would like to start on Psalms 5. It says, "Give ear to my words, O Lord Yahawashi, and consider my meditation." So what are we supposed to be meditating upon? Yahawashi, the Lord, all right? And the Lord, that's what we're supposed to be meditating upon. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King, who is Yahawashi, and my power, for unto thee will I pray. My voice shall I hear in the morning, right? And it says, "O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and I will look up." So morning is vital to set your day off. Morning, I will look up to the Lord Yahawashi and direct my prayer to him. Okay? "For thou art not a power that have pleasure in wickedness." See, Yahawashi doesn't have pleasure in wickedness, right? "Neither shall evil dwell with thee." So evil shall not dwell with Yahawah Wa Yahawashi. He only delights in what? Righteousness. Okay? The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Right? That's why we want to be wise. "And thou hatest all the workers of iniquity." All. Now, concerning workers of iniquity, I want to go into something, Babakashah, and check this out. Concerning the workers of iniquity, we talk about this program. They call it gang stalking program, and really, it's not gang stalking. It's we acknowledge it's human trafficking, right? They call it gang stalking. It's human trafficking. It's a racketeering program. That's what it is. Straight up. Can't sugarcoat it. That's what it is. Mixed in with spiritual warfare. So I just want to enlighten you on what's really, really going on. We got about 3 or 4 pages, right? I know I've read this before, but I want to present it before the public because you want to know who's involved in this? It's your government organizations that are involved in this, right? That are eliciting these crimes upon the public, right? So we need to enlighten our people on why they're doing it and who they're doing it to, right? That's what we need to do. Because this is what the public are also doing as well, right? You just got your heads in your phones all day, but why don't you just pick up the Bible? People are lost. But anyways, bear with me just a minute. So we're going to go to it, Babakashah. And there's a lot, and we're going to go into how this starts. All right. So it's known as FBI managed aggression. And you do know who, I thought it's the elites that set up everything, but guess who actually constructs the way this system works? I didn't realize, it's the FBI. So the way everything is highly orchestrated, it's the FBI that orchestrate everything that you see. And certain intelligence agencies, they're the ones that orchestrate this. Even how these people are walking around, it's the FBI that orchestrate that. Through what? Programming. Who do you think comes up with the program? Yeah, all right, it's the elites. You understand that? But it's the FBI that runs the program. These secret intelligence agencies, right? Just like with the news, who do you think constructs the news? It's FBI, it's intelligence services. And one thing about the intelligence services, what do they deal with? Right? They deal with propaganda. They deal with lies. Right? CIA, MI5. So we're going to go to it. SIS Security Industry Specialist and Contractor. And this is him speaking upon this topic. One thing so-called gang stalkers, human traffickers, have in common is membership. So yeah, it's their membership that they have in common. So most of these people that are walking around, what membership is that speaking about? The membership of fraternities, okay? And with an association, a fraternal group. So what do these people have in common? And why do they look at each other? A lot of these people don't even know each other. Why do they look at each other? Because they have something in common, which is a fraternal, what? Membership. That's what they have in common. Even though they may not even know each other. That's what they have in common. Fraternal. Right? And it says, Baba Kusha, and extremist groups, usually in some cases gang stalkers, can be traced to so-called white racist groups, e.g. the Proud Boys, militias, vigilantes, and who else? Punisher fans or college fraternities, or sororities. So you got to realize, yeah, there's a lot of fraternal, Masonic stuff going on. That's what it says, right? And it says Lions Club, and that's why she's smiling, because she knows what I'm saying is true. That's why she's smiling, right? And it says Ku Klux Klan, right? Also, and former members of the police, national security, okay, agencies, and the military. Cult groups. So you even got cult groups that are involved as well. These people, they are part of what? Cults, right? That's what they are part of. Cults, Jesuits, right? The fraternities, right? All these different fraternities, the Golden Lodge. This is what they are part of, right? That's why they have to walk up and down. And I don't even think none of the shops are open yet, except from the market. And it says Freemasons, hold on, police. So the police are involved as well in this program. They also orchestrate a lot of things that are going on. National security, right? Agencies. So you even got these agencies. You even got the recruitment agencies. What do they recruit? They even recruit perps, right? So it all goes hand in hand, right? Recruitment agencies, right? And security agencies. Military cult groups like Freemasons and Shriners. That's why these people walk around with their hands in their pockets, showing their associations. That's why they do that. Because they're part of what? The lodge, right? They don't have any independent thought of their own, right? Their thoughts get done for them. Because they're useless, that's why. Yeah, they're still useless, right? So their thinking gets done for them, right? That's why they walk around like, look bro, they're the ones that are keeping this system alive. They're the ones to blame. And it says Shriners, sovereign, citizens, and Illuminati are heavily involved, right? And revenge-related activities. Because there's also, I forgot something for hire. I forgot what it's called. Right? Revenge-related activities. These fraternity and Masonic cult members play a huge role in gang stalking. Campaigns. So there's people that come together to have campaigns against those that are teaching this truth. We're going to bring out the scriptures, by the way. Their memberships require loyalty, and some are trained by law enforcement. So a lot of these tactics, guess what? They're law enforcement tactics. Right? These are law enforcement tactics that are being implemented to regular citizens on low ground and Masons. And it says it requires their loyalty, right? Which is you to sign yourself over, right? And it says, members of the FBI organization, main company is known as InfraGard. Every company out here Every single company you see is working with InfraGard. Every company can just ring up InfraGard for what? Protection services, right? You got to look up this stuff, right? And InfraGard works with every type of company. If you have a car, tire company, it's backed by InfraGard. Also partake in gang stalking and is ran by so-called white extremists, so-called, and vigilante revenge for hire. So they also hire for revenge. Yeah, these are corrupt organizations and agencies. You think I don't see what's going on? I see what's going on, and this thing's gonna get exposed. And by the time it gets exposed, a lot of people are gonna be out of work. A lot of people are gonna be out of work, right? If you're hiring someone, you're supposed to be hiring someone for a good cause, not to do wickedness. And it says private security agencies. Private, right? That's what they are, right? You have open security agencies and you have private agencies, right? Have ties to corrupt government officials. So this is what's really going down. And the police station ain't too far from where I am right now. It's right behind me. There's actually 2 of them. And one of them actually has a fusion center connected with it, right? So a lot of this is actually happening by your own government, right? And it says corrupt government officials. So there's a lot of corruption that's involved in this as well. And it says programs. So these are what? Programs that are set up, and there's many different programs, right? And who comes up with the programs? It's these organizations, the FBI, the MI5? They come up with these organizations, but the elites, they fund the organizations, right? But if you give it no funding, it cannot go on, right? But it needs funding, so that's why they need to create a threat. You got to understand, they need to create a threat in order to fund, right? Excuse me, right? And this is how this thing operates, right? It needs funding behind it, right? And it says official programs, secret courts, and organized crime. So this is organized crime. What you're seeing right before your face is organized, right? And it's so organized, you wouldn't even think, well, hold on, it just looks normal. No, it's organized. It's right under your nose. Okay? So we're going to get back into scriptures, then we're going to go back to this article. A lot of information I have. A lot of information. And we're going to bring this out because the public needs to know. And that's why they were trying to stop me from bringing this out, because they don't want the public to know. Okay? Go to Psalms 5 and 6. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Leasing represents lies. So those that are speaking leasing, they're going to be destroyed. And it says, Babakashah, and I will slaka, and the Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful men. These are bloody and deceitful men. These are people that just like messing with people for no reason. Right? Bro, we're talking about government officials involved. Doctors, police officers, ambulance, they're involved. They're just like messing with people. They ain't got nothing else to do. But your whole thing is to look, to serve the public. Your thing is to serve the public, not the other way around. Not to harass the public. That's your duty. And if you're not doing that, then maybe you shouldn't be in your profession. Alright? But as for me, I will come into the house in the multitude of what? Thy mercy, and in the fear of worship, right? Toward the holy temple. That's what we're supposed to do. And this is the house of the Lord, before his holy temple. This is his holy temple, right? This is it, right? And we're going to go to Psalms 10. Why standing afar off, O Lord Yahawashi? Why hidest thyself in the times? of trouble, a lot of the times it feels like the Heavenly Father is hiding himself when he ain't hiding himself. He's right here. He's a present help in a time of trouble. Right? So now we're going to go back to this article, which is concerning the so-called gang stalking program, which is actually human trafficking, which a lot of these people are involved in. Right? And they have no problem with it. So let's go to the 3rd chapter. Now these fraternal members work as a unit to destroy every positive and essential aspect of the target's life. This is what the scriptures say, right? This is what's going on. So these are fraternal members that all gang up to destroy one individual. This is what's going on. This is what's going on, right? And it says, and harass, right? And target non-stop, and it says target non-stop, ridicule, right? They'll ridicule you, right? But guess what? The thing about us, bro, we don't care about that because the Lord's still supping with us. Street theatre, which, well, it's gone down now, but it's the same people that walk past every day. You're going to see it. It's going to get busy soon. But street theatre, there's no street theatre going on right now, right? But they also conduct street theatre. You may be in a store, anywhere, bus, train, and they will orchestrate street theatre, right? Which is what's theatre? It's an act, right? So this is what they would do. They will orchestrate these things. Why would they orchestrate street theatre? Right? To deceive you, your perception of reality. When you're thinking that was real, the argument that someone had, you're thinking that is real, it was not even a real argument. It was just street theatre. That's all it was. It was just street theatre that was being presented right before you, and when you left, they just continued about their normal life. So street theatre is an act, is to try to manipulate your reality, which is witchcraft, because any form of manipulation is witchcraft. So if you're trying to manipulate someone, that means you're a witch, you're a warlock. Point blank period. You can't sugarcoat it. Right? That's what it means you are. So the average person is, whether they don't realize it or not, the average person is a witch and a warlock. Right? But that's not going to work with the elect. Okay? So it says, Baba Kishore, let's continue more on this. And cutting driver off. So if you're driving, they may even try to cut you off. Right? In traffic. Or speeding. Right? Pass to frighten. Or what? Scare. It's target. It's a global network. So this thing is global. Over 3 million members, right? So there's a lot of people. Why? Because it's fraternal. It's the eye, the all-seeing eye. Not understand that they were coerced. So a lot of people were coerced into doing this, right? Into such acts and misinformed about the target. So a lot of these people, they get misinformed about us, right? There's a false dossier that they write and they get misinformed to do particular things. Okay? But that doesn't exempt them from judgment. It doesn't exempt them. They will still get judged for that. Right? Just because they said, oh, well, I didn't know, it doesn't matter. If you sign on to that, and because it's covert harassment, it takes place outside the view of most witnesses and not easily identifiable. No, but it is identifiable to what? Those that have a spiritual eye to see it. It is identifiable. Reason for selecting targets equals someone involved in a dispute, a civil dispute, whistleblower. Most of the time it's because you're a whistleblower. You're speaking the truth. Right? You're not down with the government's program. So that's a lot of the times why you would be targeted, or you're speaking something that someone doesn't like. Right? And it says, and selecting targets, someone involved in evil dispute, civil dispute, whistleblowers, ex-girlfriends, could be an ex-girlfriend you broke up with, friends, right? Or minorities, people who live alone. Motivation behind crime equals prison, psychiatric ward, or death. organized crime from a policy of granting government contracts. That's why you have these government contractors. Because it's contract, there's money in it. And there's big money involved. Because that costs money to get people to go here, to go there, to go over there. That costs money. So there's contracting as well that's involved in this operation, right? There's much to this program. And it says excessive authority. So these people grant the government excessive authority, which you shouldn't be doing, right? Really, you should be governing yourself, right? And it says an immunity to government, right? Security officials, agencies, private defense contractors, various other companies, all in the name of national security, identity theft, and life insurance. So it all goes together. All you got to do is what? Gather up them pieces. That's all you got to do. Put the pieces together, right? That's all you got to do. So you look at these people, they're all fraternity members. They probably sleep with each other. They're probably homosexuals, right? They're useless, right? And it says, unsafe roadways, speeding up to 20 miles per hour, roads where children are crossing, right? Trashing, littering on particular neighborhoods and debris. So there's people that are set up to do this, to cause what? Chaos, right? Effects on businesses, unemployment, bills not paid, reduction in purchase of essential products, right? And services. Gangstalkers are known for making noise, you could say human traffickers, with intent to disturb individual sleep, right? Which includes honking horns, shouts, revving engines, barking dogs, etc. Although the noise is intended primarily for the target, anyone nearby residents also may be affected. So it doesn't just affect the target. It affects everybody in that community if they're living near you, right? So it's spiritual, right? It's spiritual, okay? Pollutions and toxins as well. Reported increase in level, key thing, in level of toxins, okay? In particular areas, so they also do that as well, pollute particular areas, right? That they live, such as truck fumes, that's why you get a lot of trucks moving past. From exhaust, heavy amounts of smoke, from fumes, so they're also what? Toxating particular areas, right? From fumes, and Jesus is negro, right? No blanco. And it says, major reason for targeting is being so-called whistleblower. In other words, speaking truth. So that's why they want to censor you. That's why they want to silence you, because you're speaking truth. That's why. And people hate truth. People would rather lie. Right? So that's why. That's why they're doing these things. Because you're a so-called whistleblower. Alright? And it says, now we have private security firms on the rise. Along with demand for organ donors, which goes into what? Trafficking. Right? Demand for organ donors continues to increase. And the criminals, check this out, will be more desperate and ruthless in their pursuits. So these are 2 pages from what? An article from an SIS contractor himself, telling you about this program, right? Telling you how it's conducted. So this program, what is it? This program is ruthless, and they've got the average person joining in as well, because they have no scruples, they have no morals, right? But this program's going to get locked down, right? This program's going to get shut down, right? And everybody that's involved in it as well. And who's going to shut it down? Yahawah. He's going to shut it down in real time, right? So we went to that. Psalms 10. The wicked, and 2, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. So now you have the wicked persecuting the poor. Right? Various different means: slander, ridicule, lies, sabotage. That's the wicked persecuting the poor. But you do know Yahawashi is watching everything, and that's a beautiful thing. Yahawashi is watching every single detail, every single thought, right? Everything you're thinking. Yahawashi has got that marked down, right? And it says, let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. So the Lord Yahawashi is going to take them in the devices. What's that word for devices? Imagination. So these individuals, they're going to be taken in their imaginations that they're devising, right? All that wickedness, all that smear campaign, everybody that's sending around these messages, oh, he's this, he's that, he's done this, bro, the Lord's going to bring them down for that, big time. All these demonic organizations, our Lord's bringing that down, right? And it says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. Who? Ultimately the elites, right? That's what they're boasting of, right? Their wicked desire. And what's their desire? To have the masses controlled, which they already control. They're already puppets for the New World Order, but to have everybody, more so the elect, under that control. That's their goal, right? That is their goal. They want a nation, a whole nation of conformers, right? Excuse me just a minute. That is their goal. That's the end goal. To have everybody conforming. To have everybody being clueless. They love you being clueless. They love you being a fool. They love you acting like a Beavis and Butthead. They love it when you act like that. Because you're easy to control. Right? Now what they don't like are those that are able to see through their lies. Right? Their lies and their shenanigans. That's what they don't like. Right? And they're the ones that they try to shut down. Okay? Excuse me just a minute. So that's what the wicked are doing. Persecuting the poor. Right? And they do it day and night, and they have fun doing it as well. And yeah, it's your own government. Right? Your own government. That you believe they're bullshit on BBC News. And when people have their hands behind their back, you know what that means? That means they love their bondage. They love captivity. Yeah, that's what it means to have your hands behind your back. That means you love being a slave. You see how retarded these people are? Retarded. Oh, let me put my hands behind my back. Let me be a good slave. I'm in bondage. Look at me. Yeah, I got my hands behind my back. I'm a fool. I love my bondage and my captivity. Well, that's what it means. You love being in bondage. You love being in captivity. Right? I don't. I want to be free. So this is what they're telling you subconsciously. Right? And you're going to take someone like that seriously. Fucking imbecile. Right? Even look like a doofus. And it says, Psalms 10. Right? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So they're going to be taken in them same devices that they imagine. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. Right? So that desire is the New World Order. That's the desire that they're boasting of. Right? That is their desire. Okay? That they want. Which they imagine. Okay? And blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. Verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his countenance, right? Okay, see, that was a waste of time. All that was a waste of time, you know? Flip it out. And it says, the wicked through his pride, right, doth persecute the poor. The wicked through his pride countenance will not seek after the Most High. So the wicked, they're not seeking after Yahawashi. Only the elect would be seeking after Yahawashi. Right? And that's what we're supposed to do, seek him. why he may be found. Right? The Most High is not in all his thoughts. Right? His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them, So that's what Esau the devil's doing. Puffing. And you know what? A dragon does that as well. And Esau's known as the dragon. Puffeth at his enemies. Right? And you got these people that walk around with demonic signs on their clothing and they have it facing your way. Bro, it's all spiritual. A lot of what these people do is a lot of it's symbolism. Remember, they're trying to put spirits on you. That's why you've got to be aware of what's going on. Right? Be very circumspect. When you wake up to this truth, you're able to see everything. Pretty much. Right? And it says, Babakasha. Check this out. His ways are grievous. Right? Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. It's out of Esau's sight. Esau cannot understand the Lord's judgments fully. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them. He's very proud. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved. This is how the elites and the devil thinks. They think they can't be moved. That's how they're thinking. I shall never be moved. Alright? And it says, Babakasha, for I shall never be in adversity. So, the elites, they think they're not going to be in adversity again. Okay? This is how they're thinking. Okay? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. So these are referring to the bankers and these government agencies. Deceit and fraud, because remember there's insurance policies that go out on people as well that commit suicide, and that's what happens. So there's a lot of deceit, bro. There's a lot of underhanding dealings within this society. Alright? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit. Alright? And fraud. So there's a lot of fraud going on within this society. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So there's also, yes, a lot of mischief and vanity under the devil and his tongue. The devil is not going to tell you the truth. Right? He may give you little bits of it, but he sprinkled that with a lie. Right? Verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places. So it's telling you about his characteristics. He sitteth in the lurking places. So this man is lurking. Of the villages in the secret places. So remember, they also hire out places. They hire out apartments and so forth and buildings. Right? In the secret places. Right? They also hire out abandoned buildings as well. Right? And he doth murder the innocent. So this is what these people do. That word murder for hire. Right? They sit in the lurking places. And it says secret places, doth he murder the innocent. So this is serious stuff. His eyes are privily against the poor. Privily. So he preys upon the poor. You have those that prey upon the poor within this society. Prey upon the poor. And it says, he lieth in wait, secretly, as a lion. Right? As a lion. And we can go to that as well, in 1 Peter. Right? In his den, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. Right? He doth catch the poor. Right? When he draweth him into his net. Right? So he's seeking for the poor, and it says he catcheth them and he draweth them into his net. So that's what he does. His eyes are set privily against the poor. And you know what Yahawah says about the poor? He's what? Defends the poor. Hold that right there. I think we're going to jump to Job 5 and 12. Right? Go to Job 5 and 12. This is Job 5, and jump straight to verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So there's a lot of craftiness going on. A lot. And the Lord Yahawashi says he taketh the wise in their craftiness. So the wise of this world would be Esau, right? He says he takes them in their own craftiness. So Yahawashi sees if someone's crafty, right? And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So all the counsel of the froward, the wicked, the perverse, is going to be carried headlong, right? You see all this pride, you ain't going to have all this pride like this. Pride, right? Prideful, right? And it says, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. It's going to come to naught, right? I know there's certain things it's going to be able to do, but it's going to come to naught. And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So just know it's going to be brought down. All the plans of the elites, the bankers, the elites, all these other, it's going to be brought down low, right? They meet with darkness in the daytime, heavy. So it says they meet with darkness in the daytime. So what's that? It says darkness. What's that darkness? In the daytime. These are these secret meetings that are being done. That's that darkness in the daytime that they're meeting with. So, you know when I do these lessons, you have people running. You see that sometimes when they're running. Well, where are they running to? You see certain people that running into buildings. That's them meeting with darkness in the day, because there's a lot of wickedness that happens within society. So they meet with darkness in the daytime. Daytime. Right? The secret plans, how they can trap you up. Right? All these things. Right? How they can get you to fall. So this is what's really going on. They meet with darkness in the daytime, these secret meetings. Right? These private meetings they have. The slander, the handlers. Because yeah, they all have handlers as well. And when you see them sprinting, running, walking fast, they're going to their handlers, they're taking that next step. Whatever they're being told to do. So this is how the society is highly orchestrated. And yes, it is systematic, by the way. It's very systematic, because that's how you keep the system running. That's how you keep it running. You need people that are stupid and conformist. That's what you need. That's how you keep the system running. So now if these people was to stop doing that, you would see this kingdom crash overnight. Overnight you would see this kingdom crash. But these are the people that are keeping this place alive. They're the people that are keeping it alive by doing what they're doing. When they can easily just say no. And that's why you're only going to have the few that rise up and say no, I'm not doing that. I'm not consenting to evil. Okay? So there's more. Job 5 and 14. They grope in the noonday and the night. They're groping because they're running out of answers. That's why they're groping. And the noonday and night. What's that in the sky? Is that a chariot? I don't know. But if it is Tawadi Yahawah Wa Yahawashi. Right? And it says, verse 15, but he saveth the poor from the sword. So Yahawashi is saving the poor from the sword. What's that sword represent? Death, destruction, calamity. So he's saving us from the sword. Right? And it says, from their mouth and from the hand of the mighty. So that's why we have to stay in this word. So we're saved from the sword. Right? And it says, Babakashah. And from the hand of the mighty, because Esau, bro, it seems he's got everything. He's got the masons, low-level masons. He's got the drones as well, which are above my head. The plane drones. He's got his foot soldiers, the masons. He's got his surveillance, which I want to get into. He's got all these things. So the best thing to do is run to Yahawashi. That's the best thing to do. Okay? And it says, so the poor have hope and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man who the Most High correcteth. So, we want to continue to be corrected by Yahawashi. And if you don't know what's going on, pray that Yahawashi gives you answers. Right? We want to pray to be corrected by Yahawashi continually, right? That He correct us, that He leads us on that right path. Happy is the man who Yahawashi corrective, right? And there's a stench of pork in the air. It's disgusting. And it says, Baba Kasha, check this out. Check this out. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. So guess what? We have hope. We have great hope. And it says, and iniquity, key thing, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Right? And it says, behold, happy is the man who the Most High correcteth, therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty. So we can't despise it. You don't want to despise the chastening of the Lord Yahawashi. Right? Because if you're being chastised by Him, that means He loves you. Right? That means there's great favor upon you. Right? For He maketh sore and He bindeth up. So yeah, He makes us sore within His truth. But He also binds us up as well. And that's a beautiful thing. We just have to endure to the end. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. And it says, He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yet in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Right? So, believe in Yahawashi, believe in His mercy. And just know He's going to deliver us in due time. Right? You've got people looking at each other, signaling to each other. That's demonic. That's demonic. Right? Because they've got demons working with them, familiar spirits. Oh, but it's okay, because the Lord's gonna intervene. Right? You've got to clock on to what's going on. Society is highly organized. Once you see that, woo, heavy stuff. Right? And we're not no criminals, we're reading the Bible. And if we were criminals, right, if we were doing anything that we shouldn't be doing, guess what? We would have already been arrested. We would have been arrested a long time ago. Right? So it's rubbish. What these people are presenting to you is nothing but rubbish. Right? These dirty ass witches and warlocks. Right? Especially our own people, especially our own women. A lot of our own women, they believe in the serpent. Right? They run to the devil for help. The serpent. Right? Me personally, I wouldn't date a so-called Negro woman. I'd rather go to date another woman of another tribe. Because they're overweight, ugly, they don't even have real hair. Right? That ain't even their own hair. It's just some nasty wig that's been plastered onto their head, which the heathens have prayed over. Right? So the main thing is what? The elites and on down, they're plotting and they're devising evil against the elect. Okay? So we went to that. Baba Kasha. And I like a woman that has long hair down to her arse. Because a woman's hair is her glory, by the way. But the black woman has fake hair. She doesn't even have real hair. It's like, sometimes you gotta have fun with this. Right? Well, just a minute. So these are the things that are going on. And now I want to read a bit more on this program. Right? Bring out all this information. And this is good information. The people are supposed to know. Right? Well, just a minute. And the Lord's going to bring down your demonic networks as well. He's going to destroy you, and He's going to destroy your demonic networks. Just know that. Right? Just know that. So we went to that, Baba Kasha. Hold on, when did I put that thing? Right? Yeah, these networks are going to be destroyed. Right? Your demonic cast networks, even your networks in Nigeria. Fuck out of here with that weak stuff. Right? And not all Nigerians, but you got a lot of Nigerians, they'll stand up for the white man, licking the white man's ass. Right? So let's go to Byron Confront Exposes, right? Affirms SIS, SII, and Amazon. Check this out. So hold on just a minute. See if we can get this on the right page. Check this out. Let's check this out. It says, behind organized stalking neuro warfare operations, against dissident citizens. So they call it dissident citizens. So within this, we're known as dissidents, right? Which we're not dissidents. We're just teaching the word. But they see us as dissidents. That's how they see us. In other words, those that are trying to start trouble, no, we're just teaching the Bible, which most of these people claim to believe, and they go to church on Sunday. But for the rest of the week, what are they doing? Practicing witchcraft. That's what they're doing. Right? Doing spells, doing obia. Right? And it says, Babakashah, Brian Cochran came forward to expose surveillance network and told to individual control tech. Right? So this was tech that was exposing what was going on within society. And this is what was used, and is still being tested out today. Which is in operation throughout Ireland and the wider world. So these operations are going on throughout all the world. This is high level. This is what they're testing upon you, your family, right? Everyone's being tested. And it says, unbeknown to the majority of the people. So little do they know, these people are being tested, right? But they just don't realize it. And it says, this tech has the capability to influence thoughts. So you have people's thoughts that are being influenced, whether they realize it, whether they don't, right? Their thoughts are being influenced, right? By technology and by demons as well, right? You're looking at your phone and looking at me, right? The foolishness, right? But these people, they believe in anything they're fed because they're brainwashed. They're foolish. And a lot of the time, it's our own people that come up against us. Our own people, right? That's why they're going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord, unless they repent. And it says, it don't bother me, right? Because I know this is the truth, all right? And it says, you Uncle Tom Nigerians, right? Yeah, a lot of I noticed a lot of Nigerians are involved in this program as well. Sellouts, right? Because remember, you're coming up against high-level forces as well. Remember, you're coming up against institutions, religious institutions. So when you're coming up against religious institutions, what do you think's going to happen? They're going to bring their pastors out, right? They're going to bring all of it out. You're coming up against institutions, right? Economies and so forth. And a lot of these people, they have spirits of witchcraft upon them. Familiar spirits. So that's what you're coming up against. Witches, warlocks, people that are in the churches. That's what we're up against. Religious institutions. So when you teach this word, you're casting down what the churches are teaching. You're casting all that down. And they're losing money. Right? This is what they're doing. Right? Because you're coming up against the forces of darkness and principalities. See, this lady has a gemstone on here. What's that, jasper?
Amethyst.
Amber, oh, that's a good stone. Amethyst stone. Really good for cleansing. Right? But you want to use it for the right reasons, because guess what? Witches use that as well. You know? Now they do. It can be used for good or evil, gemstones, but I use it for good. I've got a few gemstones myself. And it says, Baba Kashar, check this out. And it's able to influence thoughts. This is the tech that they're using, right? Over a wide, what? Check this out, geographical area known as remote influencing. So you don't need to believe me. You know what, a lot of the people walking around right now, they're under something called remote influencing. There was another page, excuse me just a minute. Oh, you know what? There was another page, but I didn't bring that other page. It was concerning when they don't follow the orders, they get zapped by this RF frequency. That's what happens. They get zapped. These people are being tested on, but they just don't realize it. Right? This is what's going on. So yeah, most of the people you see, not all, most, they're being tried on. That's why, you know, when you see them with their heads in their phones, they're walking past, they got their heads in their phones, right? They're being tested on. They might not even realize it, right? Okay, they're being controlled, they're being monitored, right? We call it AI. It's AI, global neuro monitoring, right? That's what it's called. Okay? And it says, that's why they have their faces stuck in their phones. right? And it's a psychological tactic as well, right? It's both. And it says, and influencing that the tech capabilities of locking into resonant frequency. That's what they're doing. They're looking, and if they can lock into your frequency, they can manipulate certain things, yeah, including DNA. They can what? Manipulate DNA and manipulate your thought program. That's what they can do, right? That's what they are doing. You ever wonder why people are acting so weird? Because they're manipulating you. They're manipulating your thought program, especially if you don't have Yahawah Shai. This is really sophisticated, this technology. Really sophisticated, right? And yes, as well, the handlers, what do they use? They use technology, right? So the handlers are using technology to orchestrate these things. And if they don't follow them orders, they get hit with what? This tech. Bro, this is real life stuff. If they don't follow them orders, they get hit up with that tech. Right? Don't trust these people. You got to have your guard up. Well, not everybody's against you, but you got to have your guards up. Right? Because these people, they'll be willing to sell you out, throw you under the bus to save themselves. And yeah, you do have to worry about yourself, even though that may sound selfish. Right? People are very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Keep your guards up. Stay circumspect. Yeah, you can even keep a note of what they're doing. Keep a note. Write it down so you can catch on to the tactics. Right? Now, it's not everyone that's doing it, but it's just a few. Right? It's not everyone that's a witch warlock. It's just a few. It's not everybody that's against you. It's just, you know what, it's many. But there's a few that are not against you. And it says, right? And see, they have to walk about 20 minutes away, 5 minutes away and say, just useless. Because they're cowards, right? So these people, bro, they're through, they're done. You just should be grateful that the Lord Yahawah has woken you up to this truth. You should be grateful. We should be grateful, right? Fully. Because they don't have what we have, right? Yeah, this is a demonic network. And you know what? Every demonic network that's coming up against this truth, I bind it in the name of Yahawah by Shem Yahawah Shai. Right? I cut it off. I sever it. Right? Every demonic network, I cut it. I slice it. I sever it. Right? These people, bro, it's getting boring now. What these people are doing. It's getting boring. Right? And that's why, you know, when anybody comes up against this truth and I know they're doing wickedness, I just put a curse on them. I put a curse, that's what I do. You know? If we were doing any of the wicked things that they were accusing us of, we would be locked up. Right? We would be locked up a long time ago. And it says, and the individual, in order to monitor, yeah, they all look at their handlers. All these people have handlers. And they all look at their handlers and signal off. I can't wait until the Lord destroys 2/3 of our nation, man. I can't wait. And it says, and monitor thoughts, then they reply back, and it is known that this tech is an administration of Bush and Obama administration. If those who fail to comply with security, society get hit with the transmitted energy. So a lot of these people, they're getting hit with this transmitted energy because they're failing to comply. So this is what's happening. And this is why certain people are complying, because they don't want to get hit with that energy. But we're all getting hit by energy anyway, so it doesn't matter. From surveillance, network staff, in order to protect ourselves, telephone mass, we should what? Re-engineer all public lighting. So we're supposed to be what? Re-engineering all public lighting. All. Because they also have light systems and sensors as well. So they can do this to what? Track you. They have light sensors. They have all of it. Right? And it says, check this out. From Rakim, right? Said he was physically and mentally and emotionally, physically exhausted, and he had dramatic weight loss problems and skin problems from these weapons. Right? So this is real life. This is real life stuff. This is what's happening to the masses. This is what they're doing. They're zapping people. They're hitting people with frequency. So you're laughing, but this is serious. They're hitting you with that frequency as well. And it says, what else? Baba Kashar. And they're using these secret companies. Right? In other words, they're trying to stop your gift, your spiritual gift. They're trying to stop that. But guess what? Even your pastors are going out of work. Even your pastors are going out of work as well. Yeah, well, fucking up your business. Excuse my language. Right? Big time. This is what was happening. These are the works of the wicked. Okay. Now let's get back to the scriptures. We're done with that. But that's a lot of information. Well, what are you going to do with this information? Come on now. Go to Psalms. And another point of advice. If the gang stalkers want you to feel a particular way, any way they're trying to make you to feel, don't feel that way. Anything they're trying to get you to do, don't do it. That's some advice I've been given. Remember, this program is based off deception. Highly deceptive. Very deceptive program. Right? So anything they're trying to get you to do, don't do it. See, you're looking my way. Right? They're looking my way, but the Lord's setting them up. These are just demons that are just on them. Don't take it personally. It's just spirits that are on these people to have them do wickedness. That's all. Can't take it personally. They've done the same thing to the Messiah. They've done the same thing to Paul. But when it comes to the so-called white man, bro, they're on their best behavior. Best behavior. Right? You got to see this program, observe it, and don't act in the way they want you to act. Because if they can get you to act a certain way, guess what? They got you. You see the handlers, you see the ones that are calling the shots. Right? This program is just, right? Because you're so enlightened, you're so woken up. And there's a lot of new ages as well involved in this program. There's a lot of witchcraft involved in this program as well. You can tell by the tattoos they have. They give themselves away. But the Lord ain't going to have us in this situation forever. Go to Timothy's. Man. Oh, you know what? I got Philippians. This Philippians 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel. Right? No pictures. Bro, why are you taking pictures of me? But your phone's heading my way. Is there a reason why you're doing that? If you want to take pictures, at least ask. Why are you taking pictures? Yeah, delete it, but why are you taking pictures? Huh? This ain't a zoo. If you want to take pictures, go to Chesterton Zoo. Right? What are you going to do with it? Delete that picture. And don't do that again. Baba Kasha. This ain't a flipping zoo. Think this is. Right? And you know what? That's a part of the program as well. The program, yeah, you know why they take pictures? They take pictures so they can send, right, those pictures to other people. Right? And spread it. But that's why you got to be girded with truth. That's why they take your pictures. So they can send it around. Right? Taking people's pictures for it. Go to flipping Chesterton Zoo. Now, if you want to take a picture of the sign, that's fine. But don't take no pictures of me. Right? Excuse me, Salakia about that. I'm just a bit amped up today. And it says, let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel and Mashiach. So that's what our conversation is supposed to be, the gospel. And it says that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs. Alright? But ye stand in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. One mind, one faith, striving for that gospel. Right? That's what, nothing else matters. Stop paying attention to all what's going on. Focus on Yahawah. Remember, these people, they want you to be distracted. Right? They want you to be distracted from what's going on. right? See, more active, right? They're active, right? They live a false reality, a false life, right? Hey, bro, it's terrible. And it says, all right, let's check this out. And having this confidence, right? Moving too fast. Verse 28, in nothing, being terrified by your adversaries. So we ain't supposed to be terrified by adversaries. And our adversaries just ain't Esau, it ain't just the white man. Our adversaries are anyone that's adverse to this truth. They are our adversaries, right? Even our own people, yeah. The majority of our own people are adversaries to this truth. What does adversary mean? Enemy. So enemies mean shaitan, right? Shaitan is an adversary to this truth. So we have many adversaries to this word. Okay? And it says, being nothing terrified by your... So we're not supposed to be terrified by your adversaries. Really, it's our enemies that are supposed to be terrified. That's why they're panicking. That's why they need to run from place to place. That's why they need to scheme. Because they're what? Terrified. I'm not terrified. They are. Right? That's why they need to come out. Right? And it says, which is to them an evident, check this out, which is to them an evident token of perdition, destruction. So when they see you, right, listen, when they see you teaching this word, that's a token or evidence of their perdition, right? That's what it is. It's a token, it's a sign of their destruction. That's why they try to get you out of there. That's why they scheme, that's why they plot. Because when we teach this word, it's a token, it's a sign to their perdition, to their destruction. And these societies as well. That's why they try to plan, that's why they try to scheme. Because it's a token of their destruction. Right? Including the churches as well. Because I'm sure you have a lot of churches within Croydon, right? This borough. So when we teach this truth, you may have those that what? Lose followers. Right? And that's good. You should lose your followers if you're being deceitful, if you're teaching people lies. Right? And it says, which is to them an evident token of perdition. Right? And, but to you it is what? Salvation. Armor of the Most High. So to us, Lord willing, we get given up salvation. To them it's a token of what? Perdition. It's a token of destruction. Right? But to us, it's a token of salvation. Please don't let them fool you. Right? All they can do is walk up and down. Left and right. Left, that's all they can do. Right? And give you a false illusion. Right? And that's it. Right? But we deal with reality. Right? The other people, they're dealing with illusions. And as I say, they always want to present to you a false illusion. That's why it says in Romans 12. Right? That you might be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing. So we want to renew our minds. We don't want to be conformed. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So we want to stay renewed within the spirit. Right? Because guess what? You don't want to be like these. You don't want to be conformist. Now there's a level, but be not conformed to this world. Because if you're conformed, you're going to end up like these individuals. You're going to end up being like them, fighting for a system that don't care about you. Right? Pan the camera. You're going to be looking like this. Look, here's an example of conformity. Look at that. Look at that. The walk, everything. Man, remember these people, they love this world. Right? They love this world. Right? They love being conformist. Right? Now we conform to a certain extent. But not to the point where you're selling your soul. There's a difference. Right? And when Yahawah wakes you up, bro, when Yahawah wakes you up to this truth, no amount of witchcraft, no amount of judge, no amount of sorcery, no amount of voodoo, no amount of occultism, no amount of, what do you want to call it? That's why I said voodoo. No, that stuff don't work with the elect. Now it works if you're not covered, right? And what's that? That's an unclean spirit. So this is the thing. How is someone with an unclean spirit, right? How are they going to be able to what? Do any witchcraft to someone that has the Holy Spirit? That doesn't make any sense. If Satan be divided against himself, how should his kingdom stand? So Satan's divided against himself. There is no witchcraft that can work against the elect. Now, yeah, you can manipulate voodoo. When you do voodoo, what's voodoo? Voodoo is working of unclean spirits. That's what voodoo is. Juju, right? It's conjuring. Yeah, they call it juju. If that's what they call it. It's conjuring of unclean spirits. That's what it is. Right? You got these niggas getting mad because we're teaching this truth. Good. Right? That's what it is. It's the conjuring of unclean spirits. That's what voodoo is. Right? Okay. You got more of the witches, warlocks coming out now. Every time I amp up in the spirit, they bring out more of the witches. I believe, look, this is what I believe. I believe when I'm doing these videos, I believe they have me on some type of network. I don't know if it's a dark web, I don't know. But I believe they have me on a network, and they're probably, yeah, they share it around your videos. I don't know all the ins and outs. But you know about the dark web, right? You know about that, right? Well, they can do that. They can share your information on the dark web, right? Oh man, see, the witches are coming up. See, there's an order to it, right? We're fighting against principalities, right? Now, if you ask them a question, am I on the dark web? Am I being monitored? They say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, they know what you're talking about. There's levels to this system. There's levels to principalities, right? That's why at first they were sending out the regular citizens and so forth. Where is this getting boring for you? So first they were sending out the regular citizens, then they were sending out others, then the last resort is to send out the witches. So you catch on to the pattern. You catch on to the thing they do, right? Society is heavily orchestrated, just like the Matrix, right? But we're breaking it down, right? And like I said, there's no form of witchcraft that will work against the elect. The only thing you can do is manipulate our surroundings. That's the only thing you can do. Other than that, you don't really have no power, right? So excuse me just a minute. But to you is salvation of the Most High. Come on. Right? For unto you is given in the behalf of Mashiach, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake. You got people looking around. What are you looking around for? Who are you communicating with? They're these demonic networks, man. Demonic networks. Yeah. And it says, for suffer for his sake. So we're suffering for Yahawah's sake. That's why we're suffering. Because if you're against the kingdom of darkness, you're going to suffer. And we're going to be subject to what? Suffering. Right? They're working for the kingdom of darkness. And it's a lot of our own people. A lot of our own people. But now we've been translated into the light. Now we can see. Right? Which is a blessing. Give praises to Yahawah. Excuse me. Give all praises to him. Right? Having the same conflict which you saw in me and now here to be in me. So we have that same conflict. Right? So now, Baba Kishar, let's flow with the spirit. I want to talk about something. Quick. Idols. Right? The idols within this world. Bear me just a minute. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, and we're not Muslims, we're Israelites. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Right? And, excuse me, just a minute. Yeah, enough of these people are doing judge.
Yeah, judge.
And voodoo.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I know. Sad, isn't it?
It is sad. Because... Huh? Yeah, you can override it through these scriptures. Right? It is sad what these people would do. They're working voodoo. And they're higher for the doo-doo. Oh man, but you know what? If we're of the elect, we be alright. We be alright. We be fine. This is wisdom of Solomon. They're trying everything. And why are they trying it? Because they want to confuse you. Some people do voodoo for power, to confuse you, for all types of motives. But let's continue. I want to go into the idols, cast down these idols. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. You know, go to Romans. Baba Kishar. Go to Romans. Come on now. And like I said, a lot of these people are child traffickers, by the way. Yep. And we're going to do more lessons on that. How they traffic in children. And not just children. Adults as well. Right? And they get them to be what? Slave workers. Go to Romans 1. And jump straight to verse. Where should we start? Where should we start? Hold on just a minute. Go to Romans 1 and start at verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world, right, are clearly seen, right, being understood by the things that are made by his eternal power and Godhead. So the things that we can see was all formed through Yahawashi, right? And it says, so that they were without excuse. So these people, they were without excuse now, okay? And it says, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their own imaginations. And their foolish heart was darkened. So we don't want to become vain in our imaginations. Because if you do, then your foolish heart, your mind becomes what? Darkened. Right? Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And changed the glory of the incorruptible, pay attention, the incorruptible power into an image made like unto corruptible man. That's idolatry. Right? That's where you get transgenderism and LGBT. See, as soon as I said that, you turn up your face. You're looking all shocked. That's where you get it. The beginning of that is idolatry. Right? Okay? And it says, and that's why a woman was created for a man and a man was created for a woman. Easy. Right? Simple mathematics. And it says, made unto an image, made like unto corrupt beast. Right? Corrupt man, Salakia. And birds and four-footed beasts. That's where you get your idols. Right? And it says, Baba Kisha, and creeping things. Check this out. Wherefore, the Most High also gave them up to what? Check this out. Uncleanness for the lust of their own hearts. Right? To dishonor their own bodies. That's where you get LGBT, transgenderism. The Lord gave them up to them lusts to do those things. Sadly to say. Right? And it says to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. So that's what they're doing. Dishonoring their own bodies between themselves. Right? That's what they're doing. You know? And that goes into what? Transgender. And all these other things that are going on. Right? Who changed the truth of the Most High into what? A lie. So these people, they want to change the truth into a lie. Because they're what? Decepticons. And who worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. Right? And it says, who is blessed forever. Amen. So these people, they're serving the creature more than the Creator. And when you do that, what's that? That's idolatry. Right? Oh yeah, they are. Oh yes, they are bloody young, man. Yeah, they are. And the scripture says, you know what? Even if no one was listening, prophesy into the wind. So the winds will pick it up and it will go to whoever it needs to go to. You know?
I've got wind.
Huh?
I've got wind.
Oh, not that type of wind. You know? Well, you know what? You know, the, well, that's fair enough. You, huh? Well, you know what? It's not ready for me to recruit or convert. It's for the people. No, I'm not getting philosophical. I'm telling you. Like, how many people? I don't know. Whoever has ears to hear will hear.
Come on. Has anyone ever gone, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're Muslim.
No, I'm not. See?
What,
You
Christian?
assumed.
What are you then?
I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. So-called Christian. I'm teaching the Bible. And how much people listen? Well, I believe a lot of people listen. But you have Masons out here.
Okay, you're a Christian.
But you have
You're telling me
Masons.
you don't believe in Islam, whatever.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, I was wrong.
I'm teaching the Bible.
But
and you
Muslims
said,
believe in the Bible as well.
yeah. But the whole thing, you said I'm wasting my time. Well, no, I'm not.
Well, I'm an atheist. I think you're honest.
All right. Well, you can continue being an atheist while I continue believing.
And question, I'm not trying to be horrible.
No, it doesn't matter.
How
Yeah.
many people come up, you know what, listen to you,
Yeah.
mate, this geezer's right, and then been a bad Christian for whatever.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you?
No.
How long have you been doing this?
Not too long now. A little while.
What's a little while?
A little while. Well, you know, a few years.
Years? Well, there you go.
A few
You've been telling me
years.
all those years.
Yeah.
No one's, you ain't made me.
Well, how do you know no one's listening? You don't know. How would you know?
Because then one comes and goes, you know what, I want to sign up to this, you make proper sense.
Well, you don't need to sign up to it.
You
So
know
I'm
what
not-
I'm saying?
This is
So
the church.
Figuratively speaking.
Yes, there is. There's people that listen. Matthews, I've got something.
Yeah, they might.
I've got something for you. I've got something for you. I've got something for you.
This is, mate, you're wasting your time with this superstition.
I've got something. It's not superstition. It's the truth. Well, what do you believe? You believe in something.
I believe in science, mate.
You believe in
And
science.
evolution
Well,
and-
science means maths. This is the true science. So you believe in the
True
bag?
science. Oh, sorry, do you want a chocolate? Do you want a cookie biscuit?
No, I'm alright. I'm alright, man.
Don't say sweet.
No, I'm fine. But you know what? You
Mate,
said
don't
you
start
believe in
quoting the Bible
science.
to me.
Oh, come on, mate.
Mate, bruv, I think this is total.
I got
I
something.
don't want to be rude to you.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's
This is
alright.
superstitious.
No, it's not
complete
super.
and utter
Well,
bollocks.
what's science then?
Science is using their frontal lobes, mate.
Well, where do you
Well,
get
where's
your
the
where
proof
do you
of
get
that?
your thought? Where do you get your thought process from? What, a book?
Well, from fucking evolution.
Well,
Our frontal lobes
so
developed.
all right, yeah, all right.
Do you think we come from man? Do you believe in evolution?
No,
that
we don't.
come from
No,
monkeys?
no.
See
So
that,
why
mate?
are you still forming? All right, you have one form, your monkey.
takes millions
So
of
why are you still
years.
developing? Why one nose is
We are.
changing and
We are. It doesn't happen overnight, does it?
That's rubbish. So you believe in Darwinism?
Do you think there's... Yeah, of course I
so
do.
Darwinism, when he was on his deathbed, he confessed that there was a power.
Yeah, the power
He
of evolution,
confessed
did he,
that
really?
there is a higher power.
Yeah, but lots of people say things on their deathbed, mate, when they're scared, don't
Yeah,
they? Because they know
but-
there's nothing else.
Yeah, but a lot of the
Not say a lot of things
scientists,
on your deathbed, mate,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
but a lot of the scientists, they believed in higher sources.
A lot, did they? But not most of them. 90%.
Well,
no.
most of them were into Satanism.
They might. Oh, no.
Most of them are into Satanism.
Come on,
Even
mate.
your scientists, Robert Oppenheimer, they were into the New Age practices.
So what's this got to do with it, mate? That is a load of... Did you know that some of that is written 500 years
No,
after
no,
Jesus
it ain't.
died?
No, it's rubbish. That's rubbish.
You don't think that's
No, no.
written hundreds of years after?
No.
And it takes into account
No,
lots
it's
of
not. It's
paganism
not.
and everything.
Well,
It
no,
does,
no,
mate.
no, but
You
the-
need to look into that, bruv.
The paganism is Christianity, the worship of the sun. I don't
They
worship
nicked
the
that from
sun.
them. The Bible's nicked that from
No,
them.
it's not. That's rubbish,
They
mate.
did. There's
That's
even
rubbish.
people coming back from after death and all
Yeah,
that.
people were coming back from the dead. I believe in that. The resurrection, the scriptures talk about the
Well,
resurrection.
I might prove you right in a minute, bruv.
Right, you know.
Wait, but mate, seriously, honestly, being sick, I'm being serious all the time.
Yeah.
Mate. Some of that was written
No, it
hundreds of
wasn't.
years. Bruv, can you finish a sentence?
Right, go ahead.
Some of that was written hundreds of years
Yeah.
after Jesus. There probably was a person called Jesus. Some of that Bible
No,
was
it
written
wasn't
hundreds
probably.
of
There
years.
was. That's what I
Can I
believe
finish
in.
another sentence?
Ah,
Or
sorry.
one sentence.
Right.
Some of that was finished hundreds of years
Yeah.
after Jesus died. It's for the second time.
Well, you know what? No, you did have men. You're right. You had men, the apostles. They were writing what they saw when they were with the Messiah.
Hundreds of years later,
But it was not hundreds of
the
years.
Catholic Church wanted to try and bring in the paganism into their, let's say,
Yes,
small church,
yes.
and they took some of their beliefs into that Bible.
Yeah,
mate.
I
Look
know.
into it, Google
The
it, bruv.
Council of Nicaea. I know
Google
that.
it, bruv. I'm telling you,
I know.
I swear to you, whether he's right or wrong, whether that's true or not, yeah, which obviously I don't think he is, but I swear to you,
I got
you look
something.
into it, mate, and you will.
Matthew 13 and 9.
Oh,
Whoever has to hear, let him hear spiritual ears. And the disciples
Mate,
came and
they
said
can
unto
say
him,
anything.
why
It's a
speakest unto them in
2,000-year-old load
parables,
of
dark
bollocks,
sayings? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
What does that
So the
mean in
disciples were
plain
asking him,
English?
yeah, it's written in English because you can't understand the Hebrew.
Figuratively speaking,
If I was
mate,
to speak
don't-
to you in
don't spit
Hebrew-
hairs with me, you know exactly what I mean.
If I was to speak Hebrew, you wouldn't
Listen,
understand
bruv,
it.
Of course not.
That's
But
why
I
they
bet
had
you
to-
can't speak Hebrew anyway, can you?
Yes, I can. Yahawah Wa Yahawashi, Yahawashi,
Okay,
Kodash,
you probably know a few
Hayashin,
sentences.
Habashanawa,
Okay,
Mayan,
what does
Hagan.
I'm standing in Croydon
Yeah.
arguing with some white boy meaning Hebrew. You can't say it because you don't speak Hebrew.
Now, well, you know what? I'm not fluent, but I know a little bit of Hebrew.
Well, I know a lot of languages. I can swear at you in a few languages. Italian, Romanian, Albanian, loads of things. Doesn't mean I can speak it though, does it? Come on.
But whoever has ears to hear is going to hear, spiritual ears. You know, so it has to be an angel that taps into your mind
Yeah.
and wakes you up to this truth, and that's how people get
I've had a
enlightened.
few angels, but I fucked it up.
Well, you know, pre-adventure, I don't know, you might come back round.
But not too much banter here. Honestly, mate, I swear to you, that was written, some of that was written 300-400
It's
years.
written thousands of years ago, and the earth ain't 50,000, 30,000 years old.
Oh, please.
The earth ain't even older than what?
What, you don't think there's
It's-
dinosaurs?
Oh no, there is dinosaurs in the Bible. Yeah,
They're bollocks.
there's dinosaurs.
The only dinosaur, mate.
No, there is dinosaurs in the Bible. There is. Alright. No, I'm not. But you know what? Time will tell. What's that? What's this? What's this? The rubbish. What does it say? Working Class United? What are you, a builder? You a builder? Scaffolder. So you what? You know about private contracting? Alright. Have a nice one, mate. Thank you. Alright. You know what? Where was we? Oh man, oh, is this some characters you get? So where was we? I lost my train of thought now. Going back to the idols. So he says he's believing science. Science is this word. This is true science, right? So this is the true word, you know? Alright. And it says, Baba Kashar, and these people probably been set up to sit here. And it says, Baba Kashar, therefore, even upon the idols and the Gentiles, there shall be a visitation. There's going to be a visitation upon what? Idols within the society. And the same idols that these people worship. Right? There's going to be a visitation. Okay? And you know, they're trying to read my energy. Right? And it says, Baba Kashar, and the beginning of spiritual fornication. So what's the beginning of spiritual fornication? It's what? Idols. That's the beginning of spiritual fornication. Alright? And these people just want my attention. Everything's about getting my attention. And it says, spiritual fornication and the adventure of them is the corruption of life. That's where corruption comes into what? The picture. Right? Through spiritual fornication. Let me pan the camera. Give them a show. They want a show? Let's give them a show. Just panning the camera. Right? So that was the beginning of spiritual fornication, which is idolatry. Right? And it says, Baba Kusha, that's the beginning of spiritual fornication. Right? Yeah, these people believe in anything. The government can tell them any lie and they believe in it. Why? Because they're brainwashed. Right? And it says, Baba Kusha, and spiritual fornication. And the invention of them is what? The corruption of life. So through idols comes corruption. Right? And it says, see, they don't want this word getting out. And neither were they from the beginning of creation. Right? And for by the vainglory of men, vainglory. So how does idols come about? Through vainglory. Right? That's how idolism comes about. Okay? And, see, they're getting annoyed because I'm teaching this word and people are getting woken up. But I'm going to continue to teach this word. Regardless of the individuals that don't want me out here to teach, Lord willing, I'm going to continue to be out here. Right? And it says, they entered into the world, they shall come these short to an end. Right? To an end. And the scripture says, hold on, if you want to receive this word, you have to be as a child. And the child is humble. Right? So that's how you have to be. But a lot of our people, they're not humble A lot of our people want to be proud. A lot of our people want to be arrogant. You have to humble yourself as a child if you want to get this word. All right? And I got something. I'm telling you, people are waking up. I get so much discouragement, but people are waking up. Okay? Scripture says, humble yourself as a child. A child don't know anything. Right? A child needs to be taught. Right? Look at this guy. Fucking hell, man. Excuse my language. Right? You got a lot of actors out here. Go to Peter's. Right? Go to Peter's. Excuse my language. Salakia. So we're going to go to Peter's and what Yahawah said concerning this child. Alright? What's up? What's up, man? Go to Peter's. Bear me just a minute. Alright, let's go to Peter's. Chapter 2. Wherefore laying aside all malice. So when we wake up to this truth, you got to put away every type of form of malice. Right? You don't want to eat the food. Every type of malice and all guile. So you got to put away guile as well. The Lord doesn't want us to have guile. Right? And hypocrisies. So we can't be hypocrites. Right? And it says, and envies and all evil speakings. So once we wake up to this truth, we shouldn't be speaking evil of our brother. Right? And all evil speakings. As newborn babes. Right? Hey, that's a spit. Get a babe here. As newborn babes. Right? Don't mind me asking you, where are you from? Slovakia? Right? Bosnia? You got a lot of our people in Bosnia, Slovakia, and so forth. Right? And it says, as newborn babes. So a babe doesn't know anything. Right? Desire the sincere milk. So we're supposed to desire this milk. Right? That's a witch, that's a witch, that's a warlock. Right? That's another witch, that's another warlock. Right? Yahawah by Sham Yahawashi. Abad Salak Vayam Mashapadyam Haragyam Haragyam Haragyam. Right? As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word. So as a babe ain't eating meat. Right? A babe ain't eating meat. A babe ain't eating steak. A baby's what? Has formula. Right? Just how you have this child that was sent up here with our mother to come up here, which remember, everything they do is orchestrated, by the way, everything. Right? So we catch on to everything. And it says, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk. Right? Sincere milk, that ye may grow. So that's how you grow. By the milk. Right? That's how we grow. By sincerity of the milk. Okay? And it says, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord Yahawashi is gracious. And yeah, I just put a curse, I put a curse upon that woman. Right? Because that woman, that's a wicked ass spirit. So I put a curse on her. In the name of Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. For her wickedness. For her deception. Alright? May the Lord Yahawah Yahawashi destroy you. Right? Fair enough. Right? And it says, Baba Kasha, to whom coming as a living stone. Right? Living stone means what? Lively. Right? Disallowed indeed of men. So Yahawah was disallowed, but chosen of the Most High. So you can be disallowed of men, but you can still be chosen of Yahawah. And that's heavy. Right? See, she's all messed up in the spirit now. Good. Good. Right? Teach her not to blaspheme. Okay? And it says, wherefore it is also contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion. Zion, a chief cornerstone. Why are you looking at me then looking at them? Huh? These people are off, right? But guess what? You catch on to what people do. People are very, very, very shady, right? And it says, Baba Kashaf. And you know what? You know what they want to be teaching you? About the trafficking scandals. That's what you really want to be teaching these people. How children are being trafficked. Yeah, for organs, right? In schools. That's what you want to be teaching people. Right? Yeah. Right? These sex cults. Right? In schools. Right? See, she has to dip out now. She has to go. Right? I am going to continue to teach this word. Okay? People are wicked, Naman. Right? You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that with children. You should be teaching them this word. Right? You shouldn't be trafficking them, deceiving them. Grimy motherfuckers. Bear me just a minute. Go to Luke 22 and 31. You know what? Start on 28. Ye are they which have continued with me and my temptations. So in this truth, we're given so many temptations. So much. Right? So much temptations. And what does temptation mean? A trial. So we get tried in this truth. We get tempted. So guess what Satan's going to do? Satan's going to tempt you on every level. Satan's going to tempt you, man. Right? You're going to have masons, you're going to have witches, you're going to have warlocks. They're going to tempt you. Right? They're going to try to get you to sell out. But guess what? The elect are not going to sell out. The elect are not going to be compromised. The elect are going to hold fast their integrity. Right? We're not going to drain. We're not going to agree with trafficking. No. We're not going to agree with that. We're not going to consent to human trafficking, whether it's man, woman, or child. Because a lot of these rings, right, are sex rings. Right? And you can see who's calling all the shots. These are cults. These are cults that are doing this. Right? Foul. These people are foul. Right? Okay? And I've done a lesson on this yesterday. Right? I done a lesson on this yesterday. What were they doing with the children? Right? Look at what they're doing. Nigeria. Right? This is big money. Check these things out. Right? Check out what they're doing in Nigeria to children. Yeah? See, he's laughing because he knows what I'm saying is true. Check out what they're doing. Trafficking children, donating their organs, right? Also hypnotizing them, right? Indoctrinating them. With LGBT, this is what's going on within society. And I can bring it out. Right? But you go to school, but you don't teach them not to teach LGBT. But you don't teach them that. That's how you know this society is backwards. The scripture says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is older, he shall not depart from it. So what are you training up your child to do? Are you training up for them to be what? LGBT pro? What are you training them up for? That's why this society is going to be destroyed. Because what these people are doing is foul. These people are foul. Right? And it says, Satan have desired to shift you. So that's what Satan's trying to do. Satan's trying to shift the elect by inward agitation. Trying to overthrow your faith. That's what it means to shift. But guess what? Your witchcraft ain't working. Right? Everything, this is why I keep telling you about the program. Every way they want you to feel, don't feel that way. So if they want you to feel a particular way, don't feel that way. Everything they want you to do, don't do. Do the opposite. Right? If you're going to teach your child anything, it should be the Holy Scriptures. This is what you should be teaching them. Right? This is what you should be teaching them. Not to be perps. Not to be a perp. Right? Not to be a gang stalker. Unbelievable. Satan have desired to shift you as what? Wheat. So shift means to what? Remove. Remove you from this faith. That's what Satan desires to do. Let's pan the camera. I want everything on camera. Everything. Right? So that's what Satan desires to do. Shift us. So if he can shift you, he can stop you from losing your salvation. Right? So that's what Satan's looking to do. Pan the camera. Pan the camera. Get these people on camera. Get these criminals on camera. Get these traffickers on camera. Right? See, they don't like being recorded. They hate being recorded. Get this on camera. Right? Satan has a desire to shift you. So that's what he's trying to do. So how does Satan shift you? Go into it. But I prayed for thee. So Yahawah has prayed for his elect. Right? He's prayed for us. Right? But thy faith fell not. So our faith fell not. Right? He's prayed for his elect. That their faith will fail not. So no matter what happens, as long as you have faith, you're good. Another occultist. Nothing but occultist. Nothing but witches. Right? But bro, the kingdom of darkness will not prevail. Right? So this is why we got to bring out everything and what happens within this program. Because it's a nefarious program. Nefarious. And I can tell a witch when I look at one. Right? And I'm a cultist. Right? What religion you are? Well, it's not for me to tell you what religion you are. Is it? A Muslim? Well, what do Muslims believe in? God. Allah. Well, who's Allah? God. No, well, the scriptures don't say that. Well, you know what? The scripture says God means what? Power. Now, the scripture says God means power. It means power. Or powers. Right? A lot of these people don't believe in God. A lot of these people are full of shit. Right? They're full of shit. Right? And it says, Baba Kishah, check this out. I have prayed for thee that thy faith fell not. Now, this is why I always have my camera out here with me. So you can record and you can see what these perps are doing. Right? Remember the Satan by any means will try to what? Persecute the elect. And that's what Satan's trying to do. Right? But my whole thing is you raise up a child in the way he should go, and when he's older, he shall not depart from it. These people are disgusting. Disgusting filth. If you actually knew what goes on within this society, bro, it'd make you throw up. And I want to do more lessons on this as well. The trafficking program. Because that's what gang stalking is. It's human trafficking. Right? Of not just young, old, middle age. That's what it is. And your occultists are involved in this practice as well. Yeah? Right? But I pray for thee, that thy faith fell not. Right? Excuse me. So Yahawah prays that our faith fell not. Right? Remember, like I said, you know when we're doing these videos, you do know we're being watched, right? So that's why you got to be circumspect, because you have people with demons on them, spirits on them, and you can even see these spirits in people that are trying to what? That are trying to what? Rob you of your salvation. That's why you have to be circumspect, right? You have to be circumspect and see through people, be able to read people, discern. Oh, you know what? This individual, he's sincere. That individual, they're not sincere. You have to be able to read spirits, right? You have to read the spirit, try the spirit, by the spirit, right? And that's how you're able to have high levels of discernment. Because remember, they're watching your videos. You're on some type of dark web where they're spreading your information, where they're lying. This is what's going on. Remember, they don't want this word to get out. They do not want this word to get out. It's not everyone. It's just Masons that are hiring other Masons, right? And if you knew the practices that happen within this society, bro, it's horrible. Horrible. And you got to, speak against wickedness. Go to Amos. You got to speak out against wickedness, all wickedness, right? So yeah, he ignored you. We don't want to speak to you, right? Go to Amos 5 and 12. These people have to rush to do wickedness. Scripture says that. They rush to evil. They run to do evil. Right? I pray I'm of the elect. I pray that I'm of the elect. Right? And don't think for 1 minute there is not cameras watching you as well. Oh yeah. Go to Amos. Amos. Right? You will not frame the elect. That's what Satan's trying to do. Right? Go to Amos 5. Go to Amos 5. Right? Bear me just a minute. Oh shit, I can't find it. Bear me just a minute. Right? Yeah, these people are found. They're part of cults. They're part of sex cults. Sex rings. Right? Let's go to Isaiah 5. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for Yahawah, you're fine. Right? Bear me just a minute, I can't find it. I'm looking for this. Woe to them that say good. This is Isaiah. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find the scripture. It says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. So we're not supposed to be calling good evil and evil good. Right? Woe to you that do that. Right? So this program is getting revealed to the highest extent. Right? Right, we're going to shut down this program. You know? By the spirit and power of Yahawah Yahawashi. Right? We're going to shut this thing down. Well, you know what's lucky? Yahawah's going to shut the program down. Right? These people are a bunch of degenerates. Low life degenerates. Scumbags. Right? Go to Isaiah 5:14. Seek good and not evil. So the elect, you're not going to get them caught up on any foolishness. You're not going to catch me, Lord willing, you're not going to catch me doing any wickedness. None. No wickedness. It's just witches and warlocks and wicked spirits out here that are trying to stop us from teaching this. That's all it is. I always say, it's nothing you've done wrong. Because you know if you've done anything wrong, hold on, they got all this data. They've got all this stuff. Right? So if there was anything we've done wrong, guess what? We would have been done off these streets. So they need to find a scenario, something, right, to get us off the streets. Real time. That's why you have to be circumspect. That's why we have high levels of discernment. You're nodding your head, you're smiling, but you're not really with this. Right? But guess what? If you're not of the elect, you're going to get destroyed here. And you're going to have to come back in the kingdom. Right? Because this ain't no joke. This is real life. What we're dealing with. Real life. Real scenarios. This ain't a joke. This is serious business. So a lot of these people, remember, they're already brainwashed. So whatever the government feeds them, they go run with that. Because they're brainwashed. Right? Rather than go to the source, which is the scriptures, they believe whatever media tells them. Because they're brainwashed. Because they're lost. But the scriptures tell us to do good. So you ain't going to see us getting caught up on any madness. Because we're seeking Yahawah. Right? I am loving this. Right? I am telling you, then shall there be known there was a prophet among you. Then it's going to be known. Now we were coming up against him. Now we were trying to mess him up. Right? Alright, it's going to be known. Seek good and not evil, that ye may live. So that's what you want to do. Right? Remember, these are just demonic networks. These are not, remember, these are narcissists that are hiring other narcissists, right? To try to, remember, there's a lot of envy. So there's people that are trying to ruin your day. And you have narcissists that hire other narcissists because of envy, because of jealousy. But these people are really small in the mind. And remember, they're not coming up against you. If I be a man of the Lord, bro, if I be a man of the Lord, Yahawah, then Yahawah is going to deal with them in real time. I'm telling you. Right? Just teach the word. And remember, don't give them a response. Right? Because demons, they need a response. They need energy. Right? That's all they need. You know, so lucky I was a bit heated. I get like that sometimes. Having to deal with people out here. You know?
Are you Christian, bro?
Yeah, yeah. Right, man.
But in our book, it's kind of similar, isn't it?
Yeah, I've read certain things in the Quran. The Quran, certain similar, but
Christian, it is the Bible, man.
yeah, it does. Yeah, alright. So it says, hate the evil and love the good. So we're supposed to hate evil. All evil. Hate evil. See, evil is smile, it's proud. Bro, I hate pride. I love humility, but I hate pride. The Lord's going to bring down pride. Right? You have to be humble within this truth. Right? Humble yourself that the Lord may lift you up. The Lord can't deal with you if you're proud. Hate the evil. Love the good. So we're supposed to love good. We're supposed to hate evil. So when we see people manipulating other people, bro, you're supposed to hate that and say, well, what's going on here? Right? Hate the evil, love the good. These people, it's the other way around. They love evil and they hate good. Bro, you ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to hate evil and love good.